Can I confess something?
Yeah.
I smoked my first ever cigarette in February.
And now are you addicted?
I smoked my final cigarette with Celia Imrie. I wrote a funny comedy poem when I was 18 about people keep on coming to the door to drop lasagnes off after my dad had died. And then some of them were really awful and really watery. And you're like, well, my dad's just died and you're giving me a shit lasagna. Come on now. At one point we were booking our freshers ball and somehow we got Jessie's number.
How the fuck did you get my number?
I don't know. Do you know what I'd really like to do next?
What?
Big girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Table Manners. I'm Jessie Ware and I'm here with Lenny. And it's so windy spring day. Are we still in spring?
No, it should be summer by May, but absolutely it's not summer.
I nearly
I'm
have the heating
frozen.
on.
I had it full blast all over.
Blowing a hoolie out there.
I know, and that's a cold wind.
We're doing a breakfast episode today. So someone's coming over for breakfast. It's Jack Rooke, who I absolutely love. He created one of the best TV shows on Channel 4, brilliant British, I don't know, would you call it, it is comedy, but it's also completely
so
touching and beautiful,
yeah.
called Big Boys. Had 3 seasons. I adored them all. But started in the Edinburgh Fringe with winning, I think, lots of accolades for his stand-up called Good Grief, which has its 10-year anniversary this year. And that's why he's going back to Edinburgh to do it.
How old is he?
He's one of them ones.
That started young.
He's a bit Lena Dunham-y, do you know what I mean? Very clever and successful at a young age.
Okay.
Has he reached 30 yet? Yeah, I think maybe he is 30 or something.
30?
He's just very good. And he's coming over to talk about Good Grief, coming back.
And I hope Big Boys.
No, Big Boys is wrapped up, Mum, if you haven't.
I know, but he'll still talk. He won't talk about that.
He says he's done with pretending he's at uni now.
So he's not a big boy anymore.
He's a big boy now.
He's a big boy, yeah.
So we have Jack Rooke coming on to talk about, stand-up, Good Grief, Big Boys, all of it. I love seeing Jack and I can't wait to chat to him. And I've been on food duty. Let me get the cookbooks. So Itamar and Celie, who I love, they are Honey & Co. They are just the most beautiful couple, but also amazing, amazing chefs. They've got a new cookbook called Honey & Co. Daily. And they've got Eggs the Daily Way, which is just kind of, we're doing breakfast, so why not? So I'm actually doing that picture. It's
Right, well, we're going to keep you to that, darling.
What do you mean?
That it looks exactly the same.
Right. No, it won't. But it's peas with basil, spring onions, garlic, and a bit of Aleppo chili. And then you just do it on toast. I didn't make my sourdough because I haven't done my starter. I know. I'm sorry.
You're slipping.
I know.
Did you buy it?
I did. And I got nice M&S bread.
Okay.
It is good.
Yeah.
And then you just do a fried egg, but you put you kind of coat the toast with some goat's cheese. So there's
how would you describe the crust? Is it a veneer removal crust?
This one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely. And then we've done, I say we because Rosie, my sweet Rosie, has helped me with the custard. So another amazing chef, Helen Graham, has this new book.
She's not related to James, is she?
She's not, but she
Okay.
did go to university with your son.
Oh, wow.
And she was the head chef at Bubala, that amazing vegetarian restaurant. And Centerpiece is her cookbook. And it's really beautiful and it really complements Celie and Itamar's food. And I've done hot apricots and cold saffron custard.
Oh.
But Rosie, sweet Rosie, made the custard yesterday. I tasted it this morning and it was a bit grainy. So we did a new one. And now the next one is a bit runny. So I don't know. You can have grainy and more firm, or you can have runny and not great.
I think it'll taste delicious.
Anyway, and so you fry the apricots in some maple syrup and olive oil and some sea salt flakes. So it's really, and the custard is amazing. I know you're not mad about saffron, are you?
No.
Sorry.
I love the colour.
It tastes
It's just
so beautiful.
slightly... No, I think, I have had a little taste and it
It's so
tasted
good.
delicious.
So yeah, it's nice. 2 cookbooks from 2 brilliant chefs. And it's just nice to have new ideas.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jack Rooke coming up on Table Manners. Jack.
Do I look human?
What do you mean? You look amazing.
Okay, great.
But the voice is hoarse.
The voice is hoarse.
Why is the voice hoarse?
I just spoke to absolutely everyone on Sunday
You're a
night.
chatter.
I was chatting. I met Martin Lewis, Money Saving.
Oh my God, his speech was so beautiful.
Oh, his speech was so nice.
And quite I mean,
yeah,
did you talk about?
Yeah, we spoke about his
grief
speech, and he was like, we really love Big Boys, and it was so nice. 'cause I was
Everyone loves
like,
Big Boys.
It's very, very sweet.
Can we just say, firstly, congratulations! You won a BAFTA.
Thank you so much.
A BAFTA craft.
BAFTA Craft
BAFTA
Awards.
for comedy writer
Yeah,
for Big Boys,
for Big
which
Boys.
you know I love.
Well, thank you, darling.
And Mum said, "Well, can't wait for the next season." I was like, "No, this shit's wrapped up."
No, it's done.
Yeah,
it's done. But in a really lovely way. We got to end it how we wanted to end it.
You could do Old Boys next.
Oh, I'd love to do old. Do you know what I'd really like to do next?
What?
Big Girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
Big Girls. I'm working on it.
Are you?
Yeah.
it's a brand.
It's a brand.
So congratulations on your BAFTA, but you were also at the BAFTAs, the telly BAFTAs on Sunday. It's
Yeah.
now Tuesday when we're recording
Yeah.
this, by the way, and you have apparently just left your party.
So I haven't just left the party. We left the party at about 6, 7 a.m. on Monday morning. The whole roof of the sea containers, the whole rooftop bar. So you have the BAFTAs. The ceremony is so long, everybody is
That's the
sort
Royal
of sick
Festival
of it
Hall.
at the Royal Festival
Yeah.
Hall. Then you have a dinner. You kind of get through that because no one's eaten in about
you
4 or
have a
5
dinner.
hours.
Yeah.
Then you have a party sort of on like the concourse of the South Bank.
Yeah.
And it was amazing, and everyone's there. And then everyone goes at 2 a.m. to the Sea Containers Hotel where the rooftop is from 2 till 6.
When you say everyone,
I mean,
Who was partying till
genuinely
6 a.m.?
everyone.
was the older ones there?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a
interesting.
really lovely. I felt like this year was one of the loveliest BAFTAs I've been to. It really felt like everyone there just wanted to sort of celebrate. And I think it's been quite tough, the TV and film industry. I think
Why?
I think there's been a lot of stuff that hasn't been able to get, cross the line. It's been tricky for a lot of workforce. I mean, a lot of people are sort of struggling with sort of unemployment. Like, there's definitely been a decline. I think post-COVID there was a boom of making loads of film and TV, and then it's been a bit of a tricky one. So if you're managing to make work, and then you're managing to be nominated for a BAFTA, and then you're managing to win them, you want to have a bit of a booze up. You know what I mean?
suppose you do.
So what were you drinking and who were you dancing with?
I was drinking, because I'm very classy, a lot of Negronis, which is my favourite drink. Because,
Is it? Why?
Because I sort of think, I'm not a big drinker, but if I'm going to drink, I want it to taste like booze.
Yeah.
I want it to hit the back of my
damn
throat.
So
well.
what's the main spirit in a Negroni?
Vermouth? Well, there's a
Gin,
bit of everything.
vermouth,
Gin,
Is it gin?
Campari.
Campari.
It's a shit mix.
It's
class
a
of shit
real,
mix.
it's a real.
It's quite bitter.
It can be quite bitter, and then sometimes you can get different deviations. You can get a white Negroni where they replace something. Maybe it's blank. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a
Do they put
mixologist.
soda in to make it long?
No.
What?
But maybe they could do.
Spagliato. That's the.
What's spagliato?
There's that you don't know about memes, really, do you? It's
that's
not a meme, is
very
it?
good.
No, I don't know. anything
Oh,
about
it's
it.
You
like
would love this.
Can't even
It's really
spell it.
sweet.
It's like, who was it? Olivia.
It's Olivia Cook and
with Emma
Darcy. Yeah, from
Darcy.
House of Dragon.
Yeah.
And she goes, Negroni, spagliato, with a bit of Prosecco in it, or something like that.
Do you put
It's really-
Prosecco in it
Yeah,
sometimes?
but I think that's
Okay.
the one that fucked me up the other day, and I had the worst hangover on.
Yeah, I have got a slight hangover still. I hope you don't mind. And that was never what I ever wanted to bring to
did-
table
You
manners.
look clean.
Thank
you. look
you.
No,
happy.
you look sparkly.
Okay, great.
Yes,
You do.
bright-eyed.
So who was the most interesting person you spoke to?
Do you know what? When you get nominated for BAFTAs, you sort of do like a week of events before.
Okay.
So this is why I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
We did like a big Vogue party on Wednesday.
Of course,
Exactly.
who
And there's a
dressed you,
Dunhill
darling?
dinner. I actually dressed myself.
You are good at dressing
wore-
yourself.
Yeah, I think it's because as a bigger person, it's quite difficult to get a stylist who's going to find brands that. So I've
You
sort
know
of
what you want
become
suits
quite
you.
good. I wore an Adidas collaboration Balenciaga blazer. So we're talking
Oh
like
my
a
God.
black oversized, but with the Adidas 3 stripes down the side. It was very Mel C.
Funny.
fab.
Yeah. But I met Celia Imrie.
Oh,
Did she
And-
fart?
she's lovely.
I wish she'd farted. No, she did not fart. She
woman.
just, she was. Yeah, I know. I know.
I felt
Seth
so
Rogen did that
sorry.
thing
I
like this
know.
woman, and
This
I'm
woman
like,
in green.
she's
I'm
a
like,
great.
she's an icon.
Oh my God.
she's a national treasure.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic actress.
He'll probably cast
Yeah.
her in the new studio.
She should be
if
in the
he's-
studio.
Yeah, if he's lucky to get the Imrie.
She's been in incredible American stuff as well. She's in a show called Better
Better Things.
Things.
My favourite.
My favourite show. Okay,
love it.
so
There's a new season.
look, Better Things is a hugely. When I first started writing Big Boys, I was watching Better Things, and I think the way that they play out relationships and those moments in which, and maybe particularly, like, I sort of feel like I come from more of a matriarchal family than anything. Like, I've got a lot of aunties, a lot of female cousins, nieces,
And I feel,
my
but
mum's
I
a big
also feel like
presence.
you really celebrate that in Big Boys, by the way. Like that beauty of like your mom. It's like, it's a beautiful, beautiful.
I think that's why I want to write Big Girls. I prefer writing women in a weird way, even though I know
And
the
your
show's
cousin-
called Big Boys. Cousin Shannon,
Because she had
She's
such
my
a
fave.
great,
Yeah.
like the arc.
yeah,
It was beautiful.
Well, thank you. I think. I mean, yeah. I don't even think Better Things in particular. And there's other.
So did you dance with Celia Imrie?
Dance with Celia Imrie, then
Yeah.
met Celia Imrie the next day at this
she was still
Dunhill
raging.
dinner. She was
She was
still
in
going,
Vauxhall.
and we were still talking about Better Things, and then we were
She
sort
lives
of.
just up the road
Can
from
I say?
us.
Can I confess something?
Yeah.
So I've done something really bad, and you should tell me off for this.
Why?
I smoked my first ever cigarette in February.
And now are you addicted?
I smoked my final cigarette with Celia Imrie on Thursday, and we both went, we should quit, shouldn't we? And I haven't smoked since.
I mean,
I mean, it was only been
Yeah,
5
it was-
days.
yeah,
But I think start late, have a
just
little dabble.
rebellion,
It was
a
just to
little
get me through the
rebellion.
BAFTA
you
season.
sound
and
like
then
maybe you could be prone to asthma.
I am.
So I think maybe
I am
avoid
asthmatic.
cough.
We're gonna avoid cigarettes now. But me and
But
Celia
good for
Imrie
you.
had a cigarette in Mayfair.
Oh
I
my
mean, this
God,
is
how
the most
fabulous.
name-dropping,
No, I love it.
show-busy, lovey stuff. But she was really, really lovely. And to speak to her about Better Things, and to speak to her, I suppose, about being an actor and Better Things. What I really love. I mean, there's an episode with her that I think is called Phyllis in a car park. Do you remember the scene in a car park?
What happened
And there's
in
this
the car
like she
park?
gets lost and she can't find her car.
Oh, yeah, 'cause she's
And
kind of
'cause
losing
she's
her
losing it,
mind,
and then
yeah.
and then there's a beautiful funeral episode. But I just think, on the whole, to have somebody like her in an American show, to me, I'm like, that's a very classy casting.
Yeah.
I think Pamela Adlon is a very classy writer, maker.
Do you
Does she
feel?
write at all?
Yeah, she
Okay.
does.
Do you feel like Seth Rogen really didn't know who she was?
Yeah.
Well, then he's not watching enough
He's not-
telly.
He's not watching enough TV, actually, Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Watch some more telly.
Yeah,
watch
some
Big
really
Boys.
good comedy, Seth.
But I mean, she was so lovely, and I also found out that she doesn't fly. She's got that condition where you're not really supposed to be on a plane.
Oh.
That kind of leg
she
thing.
goes
How
out
does she
boat
get to
LA.
America?
She gets the Queen Mary
Yeah.
to New York.
Yeah.
She entertains everyone for a week. Basically, like she introduces
She's fab.
screenings. She kind of hosts and compares. Then she gets a series of cars and trains across to Los Angeles. I thought that dedication to being like, I want to be in Better Things. At her, stage in her career, I was like, yeah. Celia Imrie was hands down the best person I've met.
Okay.
I just want to take a moment to acknowledge your brilliant speech.
Oh, thank you.
Because you got it all out.
I know, and it was
You were
completely-
amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
And for anybody that didn't listen to it, you were talking about cuts to Edinburgh,
Yeah.
and also state schools. About how can you explain more concisely that better than I'm going to?
Yeah, I mean, I won like maybe last Sunday, and I wasn't really expecting to because I'd won the year before, and the kind of thing in America, people win 17 of the same awards for each season they do, but in the UK that doesn't really happen.
Except
People
if you're in adolescence, darling.
Oh
Except
God,
when you're in
yeah. Did he have a cigarette with
Well,
you?
well-
He probably is due one now, right?
Maybe, but that adolescence is a limited series, so they can only win once for that
Okay.
one series. Whereas we won on series 2, so when it was coming to series 3, I was like, I'm coming merely as a sort of ceremonial piece of the furniture at this point. So then to win again, I hadn't prepared a speech. I didn't know what I was saying.
Wow.
I had no clue.
Babe, you brought out stats.
And yeah,
like
something just
that.
came out of me. And it's because I've set up this commission with the Roundhouse, which is an amazing, like, art, well, you've performed at the Roundhouse before, like, art centre meets music venue. Underneath the main stage, there's all these, like, creative hubs for young people to go and explore creativity, to go and start learning how to DJ, or rehearsal rooms, or start up a radio station, blah, blah, blah. And I've been involved with them since I was a kid. And we've set up a commission to try to lobby the government to look into better ways for young people to access the arts. So I'd sat on this Zoom for this commission, and you're hearing people from all over the country who are trying to advocate for better arts accessibility. And all these stats were just sort of in my head from a week of just being sat there.
Killer.
And then when I won, I was like, oh my God, do you know what? All I can really do in this moment is say, this TV show wouldn't exist without the arts, without fringe theatres, without comedy clubs, without arts bursaries. And all the stuff that I benefited from when I started. There was a thing called Ideas Tap, which was a resource for young people where you could apply for little grants of money. Big Boys was funded by something called the BFI Young Audiences Content Fund.
Does that not exist now?
Doesn't exist. None of it exists. In fact, the week Big Boys Series 1 came out, they pulled that stream of funding. And so I feel like I've been really lucky, but every time I've got my foot in the door, something's been pulled up, and I do think it's particularly bad. And that Edinburgh stat is real. There was a fund to help new artists go to the Edinburgh Fringe. It's been cut by 93%. And I'm worried that in state schools particularly, it's not even that drama and music is being cut off the syllabus, which it is in some places, but it's being discouraged. And I think if you have that disparity between what people are getting in the private education sector and what kids are, fostering there, like, we've got to also make sure that we are giving arts and drama and musical opportunities to people who aren't from those sort of backgrounds.
Absolutely.
So it all just came out of me.
It was fantastic.
They'll be asking you to be the next leader of the Labour Party soon.
I'd
There's an
advise.
opening
I do an
There's an
advisory.
opening for a good orator.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. And it was lovely.
Well, let's bring it back to your childhood.
Yes.
And who was around the dinner table, and what was a very memorable dish?
I really have to say that I was really thinking about this because my mum's an excellent cook. And me and my brothers are not. Well, actually, my eldest brother is pretty good. But
how many are there of you?
There's three. I'm one of three, and they're always so annoyed because in Big Boys I present my character as an only child. But
Well, actually, I thought you were till I read that you weren't.
I know, but I think I was born on my eldest brother's 21st birthday.
Oh, you.
Oh, so you are
selfish
almost
Big
like an only
gaps.
child, yeah.
I was raised as a kid quite solo, which is why I'm a bit of a spoiled brat. But I would really have to say that the dish that I remember the most is my dad coming in drunk from the pub and making rounds upon rounds of cheese on toast under the grill with loads of Lee and Perrin sauce, loads of black pepper and like thick cheese, and then going into the living room and watching like the Catherine Tate show or Michael McIntyre or Mock the Week or Have I Got News for You. Like, I can really remember watching comedy with him with slabs of bread and cheese.
Sounds great.
Yeah, just the best.
How old were you when he passed away?
I had just turned 15. So yeah, it was too young.
How old was he then?
He was 55.
So he was very young.
Very young, yeah. And it was quite unexpected. He was ill, and then we didn't really know what was wrong with him, and then he was diagnosed with cancer, and he died 10 days later.
Shit.
It was that
You weren't
rapid.
even ready.
No, none of us were ready. None of us had really spoken about what to do or what the plans were. And I think that's something that I always, try and speak about grief quite a lot, because we never got a chance beforehand to sort of access the scale of it, even just the admin involved in it. But I think, it's sort of what's like inspired all of my work up until maybe like Sunday. I don't think I'm going to write about grief again. I was thinking about this on Sunday night. We're obviously like all quite drunk and we're all at the BAFTAs, and I've got the whole team, the whole Big Boys gang, all the cast, the crew. And I was like, this is it. This is the last thing we've had in the calendar. And we started that project in 2017. And I oddly sort of feel like the last sort of day I've had just in a hotel, in bed, eating room service. And I've just been like quite relieved it's over, because I feel like that's such a full creative experience that's lived, that's been a struggle, that we've managed to fight for, that we've got. And then it's won a BAFTA and now it's done. And I'm like, that's such a lovely arc for it. But I sort of, I don't think I'm going to, apart from this tour that I'm about to do where I talk about grief all the time. So, I need to actually still get my head in the game a little bit.
Which,
I might take this off because
of course
I'm
you
sweating
can.
quite a
I'm
bit.
cold.
Are you cold?
Yeah, but I don't know what's
I'm
wrong
quite
with me.
warm.
let's talk about good grief, because this is kind of where you got your big break, right?
Mm.
10 years ago.
Yeah, I did the very first showing in the Roundhouse's Young People's Theatre space in November 2014. And that has carried me all the way through. There are stories and lines from that show that are in the final series of Big Boys. And I'm so proud of that, because that show, it isn't, and I never say this to put down anyone else's work, but it's not Fleabag or Baby Reindeer. It was never produced with a team. It's not a proper play by any stretch. It is a sort of quite cut and paste, a bit punk at times, me cobbling together stories and little films, because I studied sort of documentary making. So I filmed all of these things with my nan, who you both would have loved. My nan Cicely, who was a dinner lady. And she and me would speak quite a lot about grief, because I think it happened, like you said, I was too young. I was talking about losing a parent, and my nan was 80 and talking about losing a child, and that's just not the way it should be. But we really found solace in sort of slagging everyone off for how awkward and weird they would be with us after he died. And those sort of things where people kind of put their foot in it, or they just don't want to talk about it and pretend like it doesn't exist.
What was kind of the worst thing that somebody said?
I can remember, I think people used to say to my nan quite a lot, oh, you should have gone first. Things like that, where they're just speaking.
Often a parent would say that.
But you don't want somebody else to say it.
Want someone else say it. No.
But, I think people, sometimes I remember one of my dad's friends sort of crossing the street to avoid me because, he didn't know what to say. And this is it. This is why I wanted to write the show.
Do you think that's something very British, that people don't know what to say?
I think it's something very British. I think it's something that we have got better at, actually, since I first started doing that show. I do think we've had a much bigger, broader mental health conversation in the last 10 years. I think people are slightly more empathetic. But it was really difficult at the time. And mine and my nan's way of dealing with it was humour, was laughing. And I think if you can make something funny, you can take the sting out of it. It doesn't mean it's not painful, but you can take the shock, maybe. It suddenly becomes something processable.
Was your dad funny?
Yeah, really funny.
Yeah.
Really funny. He was a black cab driver.
Oh, God, he'd have a lot to say.
He'd have a lot to say about everything. I know.
Yeah.
Politics a lot. Do you know, my dad was sort of really politically not loyal to anyone. I think voted every party at every point, at every different stage, which I sort of quite liked. I oddly, some people, they come from I'm a Labour family or we're a Conservative family. I very much feel like my family are like, who's there? What are they offering? What's the current thing? And then they kind of go by that, which I find really interesting. And I mean, he would have a lot to say, but he was really good, I think. I think he knew that I was gay. I think he knew he had a little... No, I was too young. But I think he knew he had a little weirdo on his hands. So he'd often... he'd often take me into London in the cab and I'd drive in with him.
Or anywhere?
Well, no, he'd take me to Camden Market. He'd take me to colourful characters.
Okay.
He'd take me to, he had friends who lived in Highgate in quite nice houses, and then friends who lived in Hillingdon in tower blocks. I got to sort of experience a lot of different types of London, a lot of different classes, a lot of different places. And I think that equipped me to sort of, understand lots of different people's experiences. So I think he really I think he would love what I've ended up doing. Because I think he sort of... Also, and I remembered this the other day, my dad, because he was a black cab driver, and he would run around people like Harry Enfield Or he once had Tara Palmer Tompkinson. Remember her?
Yeah.
She got in his cab and she was wearing a beaded top. And as she shut the door, she like clipped the beads. And my dad was like, I've been cleaning up Tara Palmer Tompkinson's beads for the last 45 minutes. But he would often get like comedy producers and he would say to them, and I did not know this, I think my son should write a comedy. He's really funny. Because we used to watch sitcoms religiously. Like we never really went to the theatre much. I don't think I ever went to art galleries or anything like that. These are all things I found in my independent later life. But sitcoms were the thing. And so there's cards at home. My favourite, The Vicar of Dibley, hands down.
I love Dawn French so much.
It's such a brilliant performance. But all of them, Emma Chambers and I loved Ab Fab too. I thought Ab Fab was great.
But there's a kind of gentleness with the Vicar of Dibley, isn't there? That maybe like spoke to.
I think there's oddly, that show, if you really take it, it's about the acceptance of outsiders. It's about an insular community having a woman vicar at a time where that would have felt so radical, and all of them being slight oddballs in and of themselves. That I love. I love any show that is driven by people choosing someone who isn't like them, where we have the ability to go, you know what, you're not like me and we see things differently, but I still have compassion for you and I want to be around you and I might learn from you. That to me is at the crux of Big Boys with Jack and Danny and that whole group.
Is so beautiful.
But it's so totally inspired by the Vicar of Dibley, I think.
I would like to just go back to your grandma and you. Was your grandma part of the rating of the lasagna?
Yes.
Okay, can we talk about that?
Yes, we can.
Have you talked about it too much?
No,
okay,
no,
fine.
not at all. And I love talking about it.
So she wasn't like the nan in Catherine Tate?
No, that's more like my mum. No, my nan was slightly more, I don't know, she was just really funny, very dry at times. You wouldn't expect her to be as funny. My granddad was sort of quite a like play by the rules kind of guy, whereas my nan was not. She was always naughty, always cheeky, always slipping me a little bit of food when she shouldn't, always like encouraging like a little streak of imagination. But yeah, she would have been involved in a lot of the lasagna.
Explain the lasagna.
So, and do you know what? It's interesting because I really think my whole career came from a poem I wrote about lasagnas. I wrote a funny comedy poem when I was 18 about people keep on coming to the door to drop lasagnes off after my dad had died. Oh, and sometimes they would just drop it off on the doorstep and run back into their car as if it was like an unwanted, like an orphan that we were given. And we had so many lasagnas just everywhere. We were kind of just going around with a fork going, try a bit of too much bechamel, let's go with that.
So you were rating them?
We were rating them. We made a grid on the fridge. God. And we were like, Tracy Brooks from Park Avenue, she's the best. She's still the best. She makes the best apple cakes.
Why was it so good?
Hers, I think, was good because it had a bit of kick to it.
Oh.
You know, sometimes with a lasagna, I don't know. I don't think I had the language at the time. I couldn't tell you, but it was just, it felt... You know, you were speaking about this with Lisa Kudrow, about how KFC is good, but not because really the chicken, it's because of all the herbs and spices.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
A lasagna with herbs and spices, that really done well.
You had to liven it up.
Liven it up, it had a kick.
Oh,
okay.
But yeah, and then some of them were really awful and really watery. And you're like, well, my dad's just died and you're giving me a shit lasagna. Come on now.
I'm sure they didn't intend to.
No, of course not.
It's funny when someone dies, people won't use the word they've died. They have to use like pass or passed on or passed. Why can't they just say they've died?
It's a very British thing. We have over 200 euphemisms in the English language for death.
Okay.
Things like shuffle off this mortal coil.
Ooh.
Things like brown bread. Like we cannot say it. And for so long, I remember that was a huge part of the first few performances I did of Good Grief were like talking about how we just can't say dead. And I'd be like, he's dead. To me, that felt comforting.
Me too.
That felt like concrete, transparent, the truth.
Yeah.
And when people sort of dalliance around it, you can't equip yourself with any autonomy when you're pretending like someone isn't here anymore. It's like, no, let's own it. There was another thing I remember writing when I was a kid about like the dinner table and about there being like an empty plate. And I think we definitely had that for the first few years after. It would be like, who's going to sit in that chair? That was Dad's chair. Let's just not sit in it at all and let's acknowledge it. And now I think my brother just sits in it and doesn't think twice, which is kind of the beauty of grief, is that, you know, the pain gets less and you forget, and then new people come in, and now there's like nieces and nephews, and you know, you fill the gap with new people.
How old would he be now?
Oh God, I think he would be like 73.
So very young still.
Very young still, I know.
Very young.
Yeah. How old are you, darling?
74.
I wouldn't have thought you were a day past 56. Not at all, Lenny.
Thank you.
Well, should I make some food?
Yeah.
Whilst you chat about Last Supper.
You've not had room
great.
service this morning, have you?
No, I haven't. I've eaten nothing this morning.
Okay, good.
I've eaten nothing this morning. The room service at the hotel I was staying at, though, I had a lovely little I had a little meze of different beers.
Okay.
Had some lovely wilted kale, some really nice buttermilk chicken tenders, because I know you're a fried chicken girl. I love a good chicken tender.
But I never eat it because I feel too guilty to eat fried chicken.
Well, do you know what I think you need to... Do you go to New York much?
We were there last April.
Oh, really?
Where's your favourite New
There's
York?
brilliant... I feel like all throughout... I was staying in Dumbo last time I went. I was there over Christmas.
Where is Dumbo?
Dumbo is like
Brooklyn.
South Brooklyn.
Okay.
You can get the ferry there.
Okay.
I went to this amazing Italian place where they did chicken fingers.
What was
And
it
was
called?
the best. Do you know what? It's opposite a more famous Italian place. but it's a
Frankie's or
less
something.
Italian.
Oh, right.
It's opposite a place called Giulietta's, but it's not Giulietta's, which
Okay.
is the famous one with the
Okay.
queue outside. It's the one without the queue outside.
So they did like little chicken...
Chicken tenders, you get them in a kind of in a bowl, and then you can dip them in a ranch dressing, a barbecue.
And-
you can just pick whatever
And
dressings you
were
want.
they seasoned well?
They were seasoned supremely well.
Would you have fried chicken on your last meal? Tell me what your last supper would be.
Oh, my last supper. Okay, I was thinking about this. I really, I quite like the most simplest starters possible. I think
Okay.
when you're starting out on a meal, you want to go simplicity is king.
Okay.
I would maybe go prosciutto melon,
Lovely.
Parma melon,
Lovely.
or just some like really well done. Like chicken yakitori skewers.
Oh,
something
lovely.
very plain, so
Yeah.
not too adventurous. I think you
Yeah.
just start with something that like satiates your hunger, but
and
is
just
nice.
tickles your taste buds, yeah.
Yes. Now, this probably wouldn't go with that as a starter, but my main is always going to have to be Christmas dinner. If it was my last
Would
supper,
it be?
Christmas dinner.
Okay, yeah.
I think Christmas dinner's great.
It's just the best
Turkey.
meal. Turkey, bit
Stuffing.
of gammon. Stuffing's my favourite food. You know, and lovely Andy Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that? She does a podcast where you pick one dish for Radio 4. I did it maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and I chose stuffing, and she explained to me the history of stuffing, how it was, you know, used for all the scraps and leftovers, and stuffing to me is
Delicious.
god tier.
Do you
level
have a
of food.
special stuffing that you like?
Do you know what my
Just
mum?
sage and onion?
I sort of like it all, but mum does go. So my mum will do the main shop at Sainsbury's or Tesco. Sometimes Morrison's Asda. We've got a big
Yeah.
Asda in Watford
Yeah.
on the roundabout.
You're very lucky.
Thank you.
I love Asda.
I love an Asda.
Me too.
But then she'll go to M&S Waitrose for the bits. So
Yeah.
we might have a posher stuffing than we do anything else.
Okay.
And I do believe that Marks and Spencer's comes up with the best stuffing around Christmas time.
I do one with apricots and walnuts.
Yeah,
or I,
love
do
a
cranberry.
fruity stuffing
yeah,
is
a
great.
fruity stuffing.
I love it.
God,
But
I
I
should've
quite
done
like
fucking
having a few
stuffing.
different types of stuffing. I've also, when I first moved, I lived with my mum during COVID.
Yeah.
And then 2021, I moved back to London, and I lived with 2 Americans. So I became I never celebrated Thanksgiving before, and I think Thanksgiving is brilliant.
it is brilliant.
Cheese grits, the sweet potatoes with
Yeah.
sort of marshmallow
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
on top.
yeah.
The collard grit, like everything about Thanksgiving.
Collard greens, yeah.
I would actually quite like to do a sort of hybrid English Christmas dinner, American Thanksgiving dinner, kind of fused together.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of cranberry going on.
Be a lot of cranberry going on, but that's never a bad thing for me.
Never a bad thing.
And a very good thing in case anyone has a urinary tract infection.
Do you buy extra pigs in blankets?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And
You've got to
I'm-
have as
course.
many.
And I'm really
you've got
bad.
to eat them all before you even
but
sit down.
You would tell me off because I sneak into the kitchen before everything's been
Of
served
course.
up, and I'm always like,
Me
"Take
too.
one, take two."
They're my
You've got-
favourite
they're
thing.
the best thing in the world.
They're so salty and
So- yeah.
delicious, and
Especially if you like cook them just right. If you hit that sweet spot where everything is like the saltiest it can
Yeah.
be, the dream.
How do you like your eggs?
Oh my! However you want to give them to me is the honest truth.
you just
do you like them
hesitated.
turned?
I like them turned. Yeah.
Fine.
I don't even know what we're having, by the way. This is so exciting.
It's going to be delicious.
Now I know eggs are involved, I'm really chuffed.
Okay, good.
This looks up my street in a big way. My favourite meal, if it wasn't a Christmas dinner,
it would be
full English breakfast.
Full English.
Yeah. There's something about ceremonial meals and the comfort and the reliability when you know what you're getting that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
So this is Honey & Co. from their new Honey & Co. daily cookbook. Yeah, they're so good. It's fried eggs with goat's cheese and peas done with Aleppo chili, garlic, spring onions and basil.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
That is right up my street. You know, there's a cafe in Haggerston called Towpath. Shout out to Claire Cole, who's one of the chefs there.
I love Claire.
Claire's one of the best. And every time I eat there, I'm like, this is top tier stuff. Mm-hmm. This is amazing.
Should we now tell everyone where we really first met?
Are we talking about the university?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like people don't know this story and it's really good.
When I was at university, I had a job and I was working at the Students' Union reception, doing like little admin tasks, often mostly giving people their NUS extra card so they can get a discount in Topshop, or giving them condoms so that they wouldn't accidentally get each other pregnant.
Which university was it?
The University of Westminster. University of Westminster Students' Union, shout out. And at one point we were booking our freshers' ball and somehow we got Jessie's number.
How the fuck did you get my number?
I don't know how. And I feel like I can't even really remember if you were like on like a conference call or we were all speaking to you. I know there was a girl called Jenny, but we were basically like, we were like kids as well. So we were like, yeah, like we'd love you to come and do this like freshers ball thing. Like it's gonna be really, really fun. Just like play a couple tracks. We give you 10 grand or do this. And I can't remember.
I obviously didn't do it.
I don't think anyone from your team was interested in you doing it, because at the time, like we were punching above our weight. We were punching above our weight.
I mean, I just love that someone gave you my number. I don't.
You had a song at the time which got renamed. It was called 110%.
Yeah.
And it got renamed to
Oh my God. God, you know everything.
Close to you. But it was just one of my favourite songs ever. I would actually say, no, that's not my favourite of your songs, but it's out there.
That'd be
for
a bit
me.
depressing, because that was on my first
It was
record.
really, really, yeah, but that wouldn't be depressing because the first record was brilliant. But
Thank you,
no,
Dom.
I would say Begin Again is my favourite Jessie Ware song. But yeah, we got Miss Dynamite instead.
Oh, well,
and
great booking. Great booking, and actually probably got the party started more than I could.
She really did get the party started, but you know. Anyway, if I ever work there again, there's 10 grand with your name on it.
Did we finish your Last Supper?
No.
No.
We've got starters and main. Christmas dinner. Is there any room for pudding?
My favourite pudding, which I do think would go well after a Christmas dinner, is a really good chocolate mousse. Very plain, very simple. No trills or frills. No, nothing else. Just. And I mean, I am that slight cliche of went to Paris once, went to Chez Genou, had the chocolate mousse, and now can't stop thinking about it. I'm ultimately underneath it all, have all the sort of culinary integrity of like a TikTok influencer. Truly, I'm just like, that is good. And I know why people take a photo of it all the time. In fact,
Culinary integrity, I've never heard that expression.
The last time I went to Chez Genou, they just brought us the whole pot. They just brought us the whole, because they were like, we've only got about 2 or 3 portions left, and there was like a table of 5 of us. Brought the whole thing. We all just sat there with spoons.
Oh my God, amazing.
Going round.
Do you spend a lot of time in Paris?
Yes.
Why?
I
Do you
really
have a
love
lover there?
Paris. Hello, you never tells. No, I really like Paris to write in, because the Eurostar is cheap. If you book it in advance, it's quite cheap. There's a lovely little artist's residency hotel where I go, where I get quite a cheap rate to go. And
Where's that?
It's just by the, Montparnasse.
Okay.
By the big tower, near the Jardin du Luxembourg.
Okay.
And I love writing there because I'm away from London, I'm away from distractions, and because in Paris, they're a bit snobby, so they won't just let you get your laptop out anywhere.
Right.
You have to go to quite specific places to go and write. And there's a cafe on a barge in the north of Paris. It's called Water and Dreams. And it's like a barge meets library meets cafe meets co-working space. And you can just sit there on the water and write all day.
I have to say, it's one of my pet hates when you go in a cafe and people are sitting with one coffee and their laptops.
Yes.
And you can't even sit down. Well, I'm not going to mention the cafe they do it, but I just glare at them, and they're all plugged in, and they've got
this is a
earphones
co-working
on.
space, Mum.
Yeah, this is designed for writers.
Cafe or a restaurant.
Maybe you should live in Paris.
Yeah, you should live in Paris because they will not let you.
I agree with them.
Yeah.
Just go home. I mean, I wondered.
I was really enjoying his romantic story about
I wondered if people
writing by
did
the
that
Seine.
because they can't afford the heating, so they go somewhere where you're sitting working and not paying.
Maybe that's something I would have done as a student, to be honest.
But I just find it annoying. They take phone calls as well.
Yeah, phone calls is a bit much if you're like in the main bit.
Yeah, right.
But no, Paris, because they don't allow it, you go to certain places. There's a place called Nuage, which is like a chapel that's been converted into a co-working space.
Sounds great.
You go in the morning, you pay €23, and all day, coffee, food, they come round, they're like, tartiflette, ratatouille, bread.
Ratatouille.
You're just giving...
He's just saying all his best French words.
D'accord, on y va. There's a little dog that runs around. You can just stroke the dog for a bit. Everyone there, you can leave your laptop there. You can go for a walk around the Notre Dame because everyone's co-working. You get little lockers. You pay €23, which is what, 20 quid, and then you get everything included.
Oh, mate.
It's
bargain.
Great. There's also a lovely...
Do you never work at home, Jack?
I don't like working at home.
Oh, why?
The only time I ever write at home is between the hours of 11 p.m. and 4 a.m. I cannot write in the daytime. There's something about when everybody else is doing stuff, I just can't sit and write. I can't focus, which is why
you've got FOMO.
I get really bad FOMO, Lenny. I get FOMO, so I have to
be
remove
out
myself
and
from the
about.
country or wait till everyone's asleep.
Okay. Has anyone carried the tradition on, black cab driver?
No, but I do have this.
Oh, wow.
I've got a little black cab tattoo here.
What happened to his cab?
I think we just sold it. My mum started.
A fortune now.
My mum was like, I want to just drive it round. But you can't.
She got done.
Well, no, she didn't get done, but, it's inadvisable to pretend to be a cab driver.
Unless you tell them how much you hate Sadiq Khan.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only, everybody's universal cab driving. I hate him.
But you know what? Every London cab driver hates every single mayor of London, irregardless of political.
Do.
But I can remember my dad being, I hate Ken Livingstone. Oh, I hate Boris Johnson. And you're just like, they're just, anyone that comes in, you're like, oh.
Jessie's going to do the pud now. Can you cook?
I cannot cook. And do you know what? I recently...
What do you mean you can't cook?
I'm really bad.
Can you read, Jack?
I can read.
Then you can cook.
I know, but do you know, I tried to find some cookery lessons because at the start of the year I was like, I've got to be better than this because it is sort of just like, I can steam things, I can roast things relatively well, but I'm quite dyspraxic. I'm quite useless with my hands. I spill everything. I'm genuinely chuffed and thrilled that I haven't made a complete idiot of myself eating those eggs on toast because I normally would have...
Fussy,
no, but it was great. But I'm just a bit useless. And anyway, I was looking for these cookery courses and they were none for beginners. And the ones that were for beginners were for like 14-year-olds.
Oh, no, we went on a cookery course. Jessie and I went to the Prue-Leith School.
Oh, really?
To learn how to make bread.
Oh, yes, please. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was great fun, wasn't it? It was really good.
I would like to... I think what I need to do... My kitchen at my house in London is not very nice. It's one of those old hobs. It takes forever to heat up. You can't control it.
Are you renting?
I'm renting. And I'm trapped there. I would love to buy, but, Big Boys was Channel 4. I've not made enough money to buy it. But hopefully the next job, let's hope. But that is my dream, is to own somewhere with a kitchen that I'll actually be half decent at cooking. Now, for a split second, I thought that was like mustard, but it's not. It's custard.
Because it's got saffron in.
Oh, really?
That's made it very yellow.
This is really exciting.
It is very exciting.
And frying apricots.
You're frying apricots.
That's the normal thing you do with apricots, isn't it?
Okay, great.
And what would you have on your last supper, your drink of choice?
My drink of choice. Do you know what? I'm gonna go posh.
Okay, go posh.
I would love a white port and tonic.
Have you
ever had a white port and tonic?
I've never had.
White port and tonic. You've got to promise me that you'll have one this summer.
I will
It's
do.
a perfect summer drink.
Where did you drink that? first? In
I've
Porto?
drank it in... No, the first time I ever had one was in Gordon's Wine Bar by Embankment. Yeah, really, really fun. And they were like, have a white port and tonic. And I tried it and I absolutely loved it. And now I see
What do they call it? Is it called anything?
It's called just a white port and tonic.
Okay.
But it's really,
Fine,
it's quite sweet. But then the tonic gives it a real kind of... It takes the edge off of how sweet it is. But I think they also do it at Peckham Levels.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you
I've
been-
been there.
Yeah.
I went to a party there 2 weeks ago.
When are you going to Peckham?
Peckham
I went
Levels.
to
I
Clarence
love-
80th.
There was an
Peckham
80th
Levels.
at Peckham Levels. That's
they
cool.
cordoned off a little bit of it.
Really?
Yeah, but it was an old car park, though, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
It does feel a
it
bit
feels
like
a car park. Yeah.
yeah.
They also do it at a lovely pub near me called the Lady Mild May. I would genuinely recommend you have a white port and tonic. I think it's going to be the drink of the summer.
Like Brat Summer.
Making
It's
it-
really white.
Yeah.
You're making it
It's
Brat.
white port and
I
tonic
think
summer.
you need to come up with a good name for it.
Why?
Like Porto Prince.
Eleni.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh,
That is good.
okay, yeah, that is good.
So this is Helen Graham, who's a fantastic chef. She used to cook at Bubala. Have you ever been to Bubala?
No, but I've heard of
So
it.
delicious, vegetarian place.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She's got a new cookbook out, and this is her hot apricots with cold saffron custard.
That sounds
Wow.
like my
Yeah.
street.
So,
It's beautiful. It
let's
looks
see.
beautiful as well.
Oh my God, this is really good.
Delicious.
Helen, you're really talented. It took 2 goes at doing the bloody
It's the
custard
hot
though.
and cold thing.
It's the hot and
It's
cold.
really good. Are you enjoying it, Lenny?
Delicious. Really delicious.
I loved that.
Oh, I
Me
love
too.
that. I could just literally go,
Boom.
I don't really want you to go.
Oh, well, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go
Well,
either.
then maybe we
He
just
could
do this
move
again
in, Jess.
sometime. You're such a wonderful guest, Jack.
Oh, well, thank you so much for having me.
Come-
Will you come to the tour?
Yes, can we
you
talk
like to
about
come?
this now?
Yeah.
So, the Good Grief that was debuted in Edinburgh 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
You are returning for your 10-year anniversary.
Yeah. It's
New
really
material.
fun. So, how I'm doing it is I'm going to do 20 minutes of brand new material.
yeah.
Funny stand-up,
Yeah.
explain the context of the show. Then there's going to be an interval so everyone can go back to the bar to get another white wine. Then,
Or a port
Or
tonic.
Porto and tonic.
or thank you very much, Porto and Tonic. And then I'm going to perform the show for the hour in its entirety as it was performed back in 2015,
Wow.
which will be really
Wow.
fun. And it's
You get 2 different, you get 2 shows, 2 Jack.
you
Rooke
kind of
shows,
get you
yeah.
get new comedy and then the existing show,
Fantastic.
and then at the very end I almost do a little bit like a so what have we learned. And I sort of I do a little bit from the present day as well. That is where I'm sort of outlining the fact that that show was written with all of these arts bursaries and all this support and all this help, and it has all gone. So it's a little call to arms at the end to say, how can we, I suppose, fill the gap of a lot of that funding that's lost, and how can we ensure that young people are able to engage in storytelling and actually make it and be the story themselves? Because that, I was really lucky that happened, and everything that's happened with Big Boys and winning 2 BAFTAs and all that lovely stuff, and the stuff I will hopefully do in the future, has only come because I managed to get all of that funding and all of that support. But it is a laugh.
Where do you think you stand on visiting graves? Does your mum go and visit the grave? I mean, I know people who...
Where do you stand on?
No, not stand. What do you think about? It's a dreadful thing to say.
No, but like...
But I don't, like Jewish people don't visit graves,
Right, okay.
because they're not there. But you visit once a year out of respect.
Yeah.
So
But
you do
don't-
visit graves?
You only visit once
And
a
then you
year.
put a stone
but then-
on.
and you put a stone on to show
To
that
kind
you've
of be
been.
like the knock-knock.
Yeah.
Then.
We've
Boom.
been, and we respect you. But lots of people go every week and will sit there and talk to the person
yeah.
and have a conversation and feel that they can still connect with them.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful when they
Do
do.
you?
It's not for me, but during COVID, when I was back home with my mum, I went and visited my dad's grave every day.
Did
The
you?
whole time, because it was that one mandatory walk that we got. And I don't know why, it just sort of felt like really, and I'd never been before. I hated it when I was a kid and he'd first died and people would go up there. I actually sort of really quite liked my dad's funeral because it was a really beautiful celebration and there was like 500, 600 people there. It was
He's buried, not
amazing.
cremated.
And then he was cremated, and then we had a separate funeral for
Okay.
for, you know, a little
stone
cremation,
setting.
the stone setting, and that I hated. And I was like, I'm never coming here again. And then during COVID, I went every day. And there was this woman who's a neighbour from a couple of streets down, who at the same time as me went every single day to go visit her daughter. Aww. And we just sort of became like, we just sort of smiled at each other. We became kind of like little grief friends. I don't know really why I went so often. I think it was also because it's like, my dad's in a lawn cemetery. It was quite beautiful to go to. And there was something about that maybe isolation that we all experienced, where I was like, I weirdly cannot go and visit my friends, but I actually can go and sit here and just think about stuff and sort of talk things through.
Does he have a nice stone?
Yeah, he does. It's
what's
really
on the
beautiful.
stone?
It says Freebird on it, which is his favourite song by Leonard Skinner, which we have in Big Boys. And yeah, it's really, really sweet. And now I love going. I don't go all the time, but if I do go, I feel like I have a different relationship with it. I think that's the really important thing that I try to tell people about grief, is that it shifts and changes all the time. The stuff that you find unbearably painful at the start subsides or changes, or then becomes the thing you love, becomes the most celebratory thing. I think that's sort of what Big Boys was about in a way, because Big Boys does look at topics like suicide, which I think is really tricky and really difficult. And I had never watched anything where somebody who'd lost someone to suicide was able to sort of push past the injustice to still celebrate that person. And that to me is like the thing that I'm most proud of with Big Boys, that I think it is a space where people who've lost someone in that way can go, oh, I can still celebrate the best times and the good things and the amazing facets of that person without it being them being solely defined by their passing. And that's like, I think maybe just from being bereaved a couple of times, I don't know if I'll ever stop grieving, and that's sort of okay. I think that's sort of part of it. But that's why it's really nice doing that show again from 10 years ago. And actually, I think I might do Good Grief in another 10 years' time.
Do you think?
I think I might do it every 10 years of my life, because, you know, there's more people that are going to pass away in my life. And I think it's more content. But also, I'm quite inspired by Lisa Kudrow and The Comeback. Where it's like, let's bring this back every 10 years. Because, you know, grieving is a constant process. And how I feel about it in another 10 years' time might be completely different. I sort of like checking in with that. It's not something that kind of comes and goes. It's always sort of with you. And if I can make that funny, which it always has to be, I'm like, my rule is make it funny. Because if something's funny, it becomes less scary, and then it becomes sort of accessible. And I do really believe in talking about them, and not in a morbid way, but I just think it makes it feel less isolatory, if that makes sense. I don't think isolatory is a word, but it is.
Death is going to happen to everyone, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the first line of Big Boys from the pilot. The first episode is, statistics show that 1 in every 1 people will eventually die.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, that's almost quite comforting to know in a weird way. Like, you know, make hot apricots with cold custard.
Yeah.
Because you're going to die one day.
Yeah.
So you might as well.
Yeah, and have another bowl. Jack, thanks so much for being on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Before we leave you, and you may have already answered this with the cheese and Liam Perrins, but is there a nostalgic taste that can transport you back somewhere happy or sad?
Yes, and that is my T-shirt. Scampi Fries takes me to like every pub that I used to go with my dad as a kid. They also did like cheese moments.
Are
Do you
they
remember cheese
are they
moments?
cold or hot?
They're cold.
Okay.
They're cold. They're like cold little kind of.
What,
they're
you
almost
get them
like
in a packet?
They've got a bite.
They've got a bite. They've got a pack. They pack a punch.
Yeah, they're so good. You've never had a Scampi
No,
Fry?
I've never even heard of them.
Oh, they're delicious.
I am going to send Scampi Fries to your
thank you.
house.
Jack, thank you for being on Table Manners.
Thank
Good
you
luck
so
with the
much.
tour. Can't wait to see what else you produce, and I can't wait to watch it. You're brilliant.
Can I say, I think you two should also do a spin-off.
What's the spin-off?
I think you should do a spin-off called Tableware.
Oh, what, like Tupperware?
Like your surname.
Yeah.
But then you tried lots of different types of cutlery, Tupperware, plates, crockery. Like, let's expand it from the food to the things we
Okay.
have out of the food. It's just a merchandising opportunity.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
you guys should
I agree
capitalise
with
on.
you. We've
Get
already
with Henry
thought.
Holland. He makes nice plates and bits.
We've
and bobs,
always.
doesn't he?
collab with
I always
Henry
Holland.
thought tableware was a good brand
Tableware.
name.
We
Yeah.
also thought table wine. Could be good too.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
yes.
We thought about it
and
all.
you could even put an H in there, because then it could almost be like this table wine.
Whining.
Wine you can wine to.
Okay, let's just
There's a
brainstorm a
lot
bit.
of-
Okay, cut the cameras.
God,
let's go into
you should be working for both Barker and Hegarty.
You're madmen.
Could I say I'm an opportunist?
Thank you. Jack Rooke, just the best guest.
An absolute delight.
So fun, so interesting, fabulous. Loved every second.
I just think he's got so many stories to tell that he's going to go on forever. I told him I predict he'll be the David Attenborough of comedy.
Okay.
You know, still going at 100.
Happy birthday, David Attenborough. Loved it. Loved the pudding so much, and the eggs were great. It's
Delicious.
This was like a really easy brunch meal to do for someone.
Delicious.
So I'm just saying to you now, people, Honey and Co Daily, great book,
And
Helen Graham's
so is it all vegetarian?
Helen Graham's centerpieces. Yeah, bold, vibrant recipes to put vegetables in the spotlight.
But do you know what, Jessie? The cover of that book was the colour of your dessert. Yellow and orange.
And the custard did set.
It was delicious.
Oh my God, I could drink that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you got a lot left over?
not enough, Lenny.
Okay.
Not enough.
Okay.
Thank you to Jack for coming on the podcast. You can go and watch Big Boys, 3 seasons of it on Channel 4, or you can go and see him on his tour, which starts at Roundhouse and then goes to Edinburgh. And then he does a whole tour and he's amazing. Good grief. Celebrating its 10-year anniversary. What are you doing for us today, Mum?
Go to see if I have to have an operation on my bloody hip.
Oh, well, we can get some more podcasts in then.
Shush.
We'll see you next week.